Benjamin Duenes. I am the Business Development Manager here at Personalized Nutrients and Compounded Nutrients. I'd like to thank you for attending our Omega-3 webinar today on formulating with it. You received a little notification here. If you can just acknowledge the webinar is going to be recorded so we can send it out to you afterwards, as well as send it out to some of the other people who weren't able to attend. But we are extremely excited about this webinar and specifically about the AvailOm Omega-3 powders. Some of you who are on this call today or who will be listening to this call at a later time have been asking us, when we would be able to have Omega-3s that would be able to be mixed into our custom personalized formulas in addition to our compounded formulas. So we're excited to say, it's here. We're now able to do it. And the great thing about it is there's no compromise on your end. As we'll discuss today, this is a superior form of Omega-3s in its free fatty acid form. So it's just an improvement upon what you're already doing in your practice with your Omega-3s. So extremely excited about that. So what we're going to be discussing today, we're going to be discussing Omega-3s, kind of what patients' needs are. We're going to be discussing specifically about AvailOm, kind of the revolutionary ingredient I was just referring to, some of the science behind that and how it fits into what we do and what you do with your patients. And then we'll get into the fun stuff. We'll do talking about some ideas for some custom formulations and actually go in and formulate a couple formulas in the personalized nutrients and compounded nutrients formulators. Then we'll do a questions and answers afterwards. Throughout this webinar, feel free to put any questions in the chats that you have, and we'll be sure to get back to you and answer those at the end of this webinar today. So as most of you are already well aware of, because I'm sure most of you are using Omega-3s quite extensively in your practice for your patients, why Omega-3 fatty acids are good for us. There's EPA and DHA, they're good for many things. Here's just a few of them listed: heart health, joint health, brain health, and eye health. In terms of the world's deficiency with Omega-3s, you can see here, 80% of the world's population is deficient in Omega-3s. 48% of adults here in the US are diagnosed with cardiovascular conditions, and we've seen a rise in Alzheimer's and dementia as well. So a little map here shows you kind of the countries and where their state is with the deficiency, or if they're getting the sufficient amount of Omega-3s. In terms of what patients are looking for, what they want, for many of them, their current Omega-3 products are not meeting their needs. 25% of patients in this survey were seeking out a more effective product. 17% of patients would be willing to spend more for a better Omega-3. They're really looking for convenience. So the ability to be able to include this into a multi-ingredient formula, or even better, into a personalized formulation is actually what patients are doing. And that's what this new AvailOm Omega-3 has given us the ability to do. And then they're looking for peace of mind in terms of quality and production. We're fully transparent with our manufacturing processes. We are NSF certified, which is fantastic. We were in the 1% of companies that received an A+ rating on our first NSF certification. And the other great thing about the Omega-3s that we're going to be using, that we'll get into later, is that they're very sustainable as well. So here this is where we're introducing AvailOm. It's the highest load Omega-3 powder in the industry. The unique process combining free fatty acids and essential amino acids to form a solid Omega-3 lysine complex. It has an unmatched load of 50% EPA and DHA in powder by weight. Gives you the freedom to consolidate in multiple formats, again, allowing for the formulation of a one-of-a-kind personalized supplement or multi-ingredient formulation, which results in fewer capsules and unmatched convenience for the patients. And again, this free fatty acid form is readily absorbed. There's no breakdown needed of ethyl ester or triglyceride. And we'll get into that here in the next slide. So what gives AvailOm its competitive advantage is it utilizes a proprietary process to combine free fatty acids and essential amino acids to form that solid Omega-3 lysine complex. The technology allows the Omega-3s to be readily absorbed without any hydrolysis. So if you look off here to the right, this does a great job of comparing the ethyl ester, which is kind of, the original Omega-3 liquids, showing you that it has a slower absorption It does require hydrolysis and a few other things. And then you'll see, triglycerides, right? This is kind of the evolution of omega-3s. It was ethyl ester, which were, they were decent. They were improved with triglyceride, and that has a moderate absorption. And you'll see here on the right, this is the free fatty acid absorption. It's rapid. There's no hydrolysis required, which then leads to it having a superior bioavailability. And also, as important, we'll talk about, is its stability. So if you look here, this is a graph just showing you on the study they did of the absorption of the AvailOm on a low-fat diet compared to omega-3, the ethyl ester. You can see the purple line is the AvailOm, and then the other line is the ethyl ester. It's been confirmed that it's 5 times more bioavailable than the traditional liquid omega-3s, even on a low-fat or on an empty stomach, which is impressive. And you'll see here below, this shows you the oxidation stability, which we're really excited about. This first line here shows how stable it is without stabilizers, and it doesn't do great. You can see it's about a 4-month period of having oxidation stability. When they add stabilizers into the omega-3 oils, it does a bit better, right? It kind of lasts up to 18 months. But you can see here with the AvailOm, it's unrivaled in the fact that it's stable for over 4 years, which is fantastic, which is why we're really excited about it. For all of the raw materials we bring in, we do extensive research on it to ensure it's compatible with our other raw materials. So that was part of the reason why we're never able to bring in a good EPA or DHA, because they're prone to oxidation. They can't really be mixed with the botanicals, vitamins, minerals, and those other things. Whereas this, because of its stability, allows us to put it in those personalized formulas and other formulas. So that's part of the reason why it took us so long to find this, and why we're so excited about this. And we've gotten a lot of great feedback from practitioners that we've talked to. We've formulated a lot of great formulas already, like prenatals and other formulations, including this. And even though we just released this to be used on Monday, we've seen the AvailOm being used in plenty of personalized supplements as well. So we know there's a lot of excitement out there with our practitioners. So again, this is just showing us effects of EPA and DHA for patients. The beauty of it is we give you the ability to dictate exactly how much EPA and DHA you're including in the formulas. So, as you're all aware, right, if we're looking at eye health, cognition, that's going to be more dependent upon DHA. If we're looking at inflammation, heart health, joint health, that's going to be more dependent upon EPA. And with the new AvailOm powders, it allows you to dose it to exactly what you need, again, with personalized formulas, or if you wanted to create a protocol for a particular condition, like these listed below, you can choose that exact dosing. And to talk a little bit about AvailOm and its sustainability, in today's day and age, there's definitely a lot more questions being asked about how sustainable certain things are. I'm sure you as practitioners get asked by your patients about the products that you're using, how sustainable they are. And the great thing is you can feel comfortable, talking about how sustainable these omega-3s are. Because it is 5 times more bioavailable, it allows you to dose it at 1/5 of the dosing, which then results in you using less omega-3s in the formulation, which creates lower consumption, reduced emissions and waste. And the particular source of fish that they're getting this from is sustainably fished outside of Europe. So you can feel good about offering that as a solution for sustainable omega-3s. Unmatched ingredient properties for superior performance. Some of what we already discussed, by far the highest load omega-3 powder in the industry. It's 5 times more bioavailable than kind of the traditional omega-3 liquids. It's bioavailable even with the low-fat diet. It has unrivaled stability. And for the first time ever, it's easily combined with ingredients like botanicals, probiotics, prebiotics, minerals, and vitamins. So now we'll get to the fun part. We'll talk about formulating with the omega-3s, and we'll get into a few concepts to give you some ideas on kind of how you can utilize these omega-3s in the personalized formulas, in addition to if you wanted to create a particular protocol for your practice as well. So just to touch on this, I know most of you are well aware of our offerings, our personalized nutrients offerings, and our compounded nutrients offerings, but I'll run you through that really quickly. Personalized nutrients is kind of the ultimate customization. It allows you to create a personalized supplement for the individual patient, dosed down to the microgram and milligram of each ingredient to that patient's needs. So now, you're able to include the omega-3s in there, spore-based probiotics. The majority of what that patient needs from a supplement standpoint will be able to be integrated into one formula, which is really powerful because sure, a lot of times you're hearing from patients, they have pill fatigue, they want to be dealing with less bottles, taking less capsules, and this allows you to really personalize it to their needs. Compounded nutrients, this gives you the ability to create custom formulations to sell in your practice or online by condition. So like we talked about, maybe something for inflammation, something for joint health, maybe a multivitamin all-in-one that we'll get into later. But that really allows you to consolidate and create an optimal solution for your patients. All right, so again, this is kind of just a concept to get the creative juices flowing for you. But this, what I'm going to show you here is kind of an all-in-one multivitamin that's going to have the omega-3s, the EPA, the DHA, and it's going to also have spore-based probiotics in there. Some of the benefits of it, it's an all-in-one formula. You're literally consolidating 3 different bottles into one. They're taking less capsules, fewer pills. I'm sure most of you who are starting your patients off on supplements, you're probably reaching for these things, right? You're reaching for a multivitamin. Then you're reaching for omega-3s and probiotics and probably a few other things. But most patients are starting on that to start their supplement regimen on. So this allows you to consolidate it, make it more affordable for your patient, make it much easier for them to comply. In addition to, there's some business benefits to it as well. We have extremely high reorder rates with these type of formulas. It's unique. Patients are not going to be able to find this on Amazon or on some other doctor's website, which is going to lead to higher reorder rates and them continuing to stick with that formula. In this particular formula, there's the equivalent of 567 milligrams of EPA, 535 milligrams of DHA. Again, this is kind of showing you what's in here. You can see based on some of the things in here, it has some mitochondrial support with the acetyl-L-carnitine, some NAC, some alpha-lipoic acid in there. In addition to, we have 4 different strains of spore-based probiotics in here. It's about 5 billion CFU. So that's going to help support the gut health, help recondition that, in addition to support microbial diversity. And you can see it has a solid micronutrient backbone as well. So what's amazing is you're able to get this all within 4 capsules, and from a value standpoint, which I'll get into later, it's a great value for your patients. So again, helping drive compliance, making it more affordable and easier for your patients to comply. Here's just a label kind of what it would look like. Again, all of our compounded nutrients formulations and personalized nutrients formulations can be included in your private label, no additional cost. And then also today, just wanted to talk about, we do have our Omega Absorb 5, which has the AvailOm in it. It's a white label product. So it would allow you to, you can order as few as 1 bottle on the website. If you wanted to order it in your private label, the minimum order would be 12 bottles. Some of the benefits of it, as you're all well aware of what omega-3s are good for, designed for comprehensive support of heart, joint, brain, and eye health. 1 capsule of the Omega Absorb 5 is equivalent to 680 milligrams of DHA and 790 milligrams of EPA. Serving size is 1 capsule, and there's 60 capsules per bottle. Price per bottle, $29.09. So really kind of a great value for a 60-day supply of high quality omega-3s. So that's available today. You can order that through our compounded nutrients websites. If you had any questions about that, we'll be sending up a follow-up email about the Omega Absorb 5. In addition to, we'll be sending out an invitation to do a 15-minute custom formulation meeting as well. So again, just giving you some ideas how you can easily add this on to your existing formulas or formulate a new formula to enhance it. inflammation, blood sugar, cognition, cardiovascular, joint health. We've had a few doctors already formulate prenatal with the DHA. So we're again extremely excited about the ability to add this into the compounded nutrients formulas. So I wanted to jump into our online formulators. So let me exit this PowerPoint. And I'm going to jump into our online formulators. So just really quickly, I'm going to jump into that multivitamin, mineral, omega-3, spore-based probiotic all-in-one, just to show you. This is our compounded nutrients formulator. It gives you the ability to come on here, make protocols by condition. So in this case, it's kind of an all-in-one multivitamin, but again, you can create something for blood sugar balance, cholesterol, whatever it is you were looking to do. We have over 400 different raw materials available in both of our formulators. So we have vitamins, minerals, botanicals. You can see the extensive list here. We're always sourcing new raw materials. But essentially, what I wanted to really point out here is looking at this formula summary, which was kind of everything we had already looked at. Again, we have the mitochondrial support, we have the EPA, DHA, spore-based probiotics, multivitamin mineral backbone here. Quite extensive. We're getting that all within 4 capsules. So when you are formulating, it's going to show you real time here, the capsule count that you're up to. So we're at 3.95, which rounds up to 4. But you're free to kind of formulate to whatever capsule count that you want to. And then here, it's going to show you real time what pricing is. So if we go to save an order, this formula, 30 servings per bottle at a 60 bottle quantity. Again, you can kind of change the quantity and the servings, but it's an immense value. It's $39.89. They're getting 5 billion CFU of spore-based probiotics. They're getting a pretty high dose of omega-3s in addition to their multivitamin, multimineral. This would probably cost patients on a wholesale basis, or cost the practice on a wholesale basis around $75. So patients, potentially are saving almost $70 a month. Instead of paying $150 a month for everything, they're potentially paying $80. With our compounded nutrients formulations, you're in charge of the markup, so you can decide how to mark that up. If you want to charge more or less, it's kind of up to you. But you can see it's a really great value when you're able to consolidate the most of what you can, like in this case, omega-3s, spore-based, and a multi into one. So just to give you an idea of how that compounded nutrients formulator would work, how you would put that in there. Just to go back to the AvailOm, it's under AvailOm, or you could search EPA, DHA, it'll show up, and that's kind of how you could dose that there. So just to talk about our personalized nutrients formulator, again, this allows you to do personalized supplements for the individual patient. I formulated something here. It's kind of similar to that, a little bit different than the product we were looking at there, but it has the omega-3s, the spore-based probiotics, the multivitamins, multiminerals. But you could really add in, whatever it is that particular patient needs, right? So let's say we wanted to add in let's say they needed some immune support, right? So we want to put in 25 milligrams of zinc. Maybe we want to, I think we already have some vitamin C, vitamin D, A in here. Maybe we want to put in some beta glucan. We'll put that in here. As you're building it, again, real time, it's going to show you serving size here. And then it'll show you, which is 5 capsules a day, then it'll show you the wholesale cost. So, this patient would get a 90-day supply of this comprehensive formula that has all of those things in it for $314 wholesale, and then that retail markup, you're free to mark that up whatever you'd like. Again, very easy to order. Just save an order. Choose, you can do powder if you'd like, but most people do capsules. We do some powders. You can choose your supply. You can do, typically we're doing 90-day supplies. You can do more or less. That will just dictate the price. Check out, ship it directly to the patient or to your practice in your label or in ours. But just wanted to demonstrate the capabilities of being able to add that AvailOm in there. So go back to the PowerPoint here. So again, just a quick summary. 80% of the population has a deficiency in omega-3s. AvailOm really is revolutionary in terms of it being the kind of the premier omega-3 form now in its free fatty acid form, with the fact that it's 5 times more bioavailable. And you're able to add that into your personalized supplements and compounded nutrients, making it easier for your patients to comply and providing more of a value to your patients. Again, this is something that our practitioners have been asking us for years. So we are excited that we're able to roll this out, and we've had a ton of great feedback on it. So thanks for joining us. We'll start answering some questions if we have any. I'm going to pull up the chat here. But other than that, if you have any questions, you can contact us at this email address right here, support@compoundednutrients.com. And